Hello. I made it. Is it light enough? The sun is kind of out. Need a little bit of light. Maybe a little. Let's just put that there like that. Is that enough? That's too much. That's fine. Who we got? Justine, hello. Hang on, let me just bring up the chat over here. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Hopefully you've been talking amongst yourselves and keeping yourself amused. Here we are. Oh, I look a bit bright. Hey, why are you focusing on the ghost? I'm here. Gets confused with the facial recognition. It looks at the ghost. Let's turn that down. Do we even need this? I think we're fine. The sun's come out. Oh, I just woofed some lunch down. We're here. So let's see who we got. Richard, good to see you. Richard Wade is in. Reese, hello to you. Carl's here as well. John was the first one in, and then we got Phil and Sue. Who's that? Sapriwala, hello to you. Jack Williams, hello. Jack asks, how's everyone's affiliate earnings going? That's a good question. How is everyone's affiliate earnings going? James, hola. Chris, FTS, good to see you. Mark's here. Hello, Mark. Kieran. Bradbury as well. Who else? We got Michelle's in. Is that everybody? You just check. I think that's everyone. Phil Taylor, the magician's in as well. Thomas, hello to you. UK Baz and Will Corleone. Oh, there's two Adrians. We've got Adrian Fraser as well. Be a millionaire before long. Will Corleone's got me on in the background whilst working. So, today, I look too bright now, don't I? Too bright, and I haven't got the light on. Let me just put this like this. Stop looking at the ghost. Ooh. Yeah. Today we've got a special guest coming on to talk to me about Tomb Raider SEO. It's something that's worked very well, and they've got a 10-month-old site now hitting 240,000 impressions a month, and they've achieved this using... Oh yeah, I see the camera's gone completely now. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, hello. Oh. We're good. What on earth is going on? Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, so we've got a special guest coming on to talk about Tomb Raider SEO. That's going to be in about 15 minutes. Until then, let's go to the computer. Transition. So I put up a video earlier today. Did you see it? It features the one and only Carl Broadbent, also features Sean Mars, and also, who else we got in there? Doug Cunnington and Chris from Niche Safari. The watch Carl Broadbent fell down. Fell down. Find a new home for that. I need another magnet for the board. So, yeah, the earning time, everyone. Yeah, there's a video I just put up earlier. How long does it take to earn on an Amazon affiliate site? And actually, I'm going to answer that question right now by logging into my Amazon commissions. Because if we have a look at this, where is it? Okay, I'm just looking. Here we go. Where's my chat messages gone now? I've lost them. Where are you people? Hello, Waylon. Jack says, my first ever affiliate site I made last month, 3 videos earned me $13 in commission in its second month. That's fantastic. Wow. But yeah, what I want to show you was this, which is the earnings for Best Corn Popper. You know the site, Best Corn Popper site. It was basically set up as a demo site. Have I got enough light here now? Just put that one on. Set up as a demo site to show off popcorn theme. And it did get some sales in the first month. I wasn't sure whether that was just you guys being nice and using my links. But now look, yesterday we sold a one of these. Sold one of these. Hang on, let me just find out how much is one of these. It is $23.99, and I'm not sure which post it came from. Probably or possibly the air popper one, but that's, we only put that one up the other day. This one, is it in here? It is. It's there. Look. So I don't know. That's the first proper sale. The first popcorn popper we've sold. Now the site was launched. When was it launched? Well, I did the video. When I did the video, 19th of July. So I launched it probably around the beginning of July. July, August, September. 3 months. Near enough. 3 months to get a proper sale. Not bad. That product isn't available. It is available. Of course it's available, Baz. Look, I can add to cart right now. They wouldn't have been able to order it if it wasn't available, Baz. I think, well, actually, I know. The reason why it said it wasn't available when I first bought this up was because I had my UK address set up here. I've now switched over to a US address and it is available. They don't ship everything worldwide. So that's why. So if you're looking at products, Amazon.com products, and they say they're not available, just check what address you've got set in Amazon. Make up an address, put in a postcode for New York or somewhere, and then it will show you properly. Is it possible, this is from Junaid, is it possible to use Facebook ads for affiliate site? Yes, but the one caveat is it won't work on an Amazon affiliate site like Best Corn Popper. Oh, Baz. Let me just answer this question regarding the paid search. Yeah, it won't work for things like Amazon affiliate sites because there's just not enough margin in it. It will work, however, if you're trying to build a list. So you use paid ads to send people through to a funnel to collect their email address and then market affiliate products over a period of time. That might work. And you can also track your paid search a lot more accurately doing that. You can't just send paid traffic over to an affiliate site like Best Corn Popper because you can't track it. You don't know what's working, what's not working, because at the end of the day, probably only 20% of your paid search is going to, or your paid ads are going to work. And then you're just going to send all that traffic straight off to Amazon anyway. So yeah, if you've got a way of capturing the traffic, capturing the email address from the traffic, then it might work. Hey, Matthew. Oh, I'm glad that you built your first site. How's it going? UK bad. So would that not affect your earning then? Can you switch them out for ones in the user country? Well, hang on, someone's ringing me. Who's this? Let's see who it is. So it's a mobile number. I don't know who it is. I've got my torch on. Hello? Sounds like someone's pocket. Hello? Yep, that's right. That's me.
Oh, thank you so much for taking this call. By the way, my name is Kim from my Holdings Group Incorporated. Do you have a minute or two, Mr. Cooper? I'll walk through the first.
What's this about?
Thank you so much. Yeah, this call is about risk investment opportunities we advertise on social media, and I'd like to know if I can forward an email or a brief introduction about whiskey sector.
No, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Getting those from people like they. Do you want to do some investing, crypto investing? No, I don't. Not with some random person that just rings me. What? Why on earth would I do that? Are you crazy? The flipping heck. Anyway, so with regards to Baz's question, would that not affect your earnings? The problem you got is you got all this traffic coming to your site. Best Corn Popper, I'm trying to get people obviously coming in from the US. That's where it's aimed at. I find, in my personal experience, if you try and build a site that caters for all countries, it becomes a bit of a dog's dinner. It's quite hard. You can use things like one link, which should, in theory, automatically redirect people to the right places, but that never seems to work properly. Same with plugins like AAWP. In theory, they redirect people, but just don't. So I don't know what the solution is. I think the main solution is you would have multiple sites, and if I'd have kept hold of Best Roofbox, I would probably have created a UK site, and then using IP redirection, I'd have redirected people in the UK just to the UK site, which had UK products and UK content, but I never got around to doing it. Carl is the best email marketeer. Is he? I don't think I've ever had an email from Carl. I like to humour them. I like to talk to them. So I don't know why. Thank you, Matthew, for using my links. I appreciate it. It wasn't Jeff. Jeff called earlier. He said he wasn't increasing commissions. Yeah, it was Jerry. Don't. He said the popcorn poppers, they're out of stock. Hey, Alex. Many have doubts. Is this the same thing you put up in the Facebook thing? Many have doubts and concerns about the future of blogging. I would like to hear from you. What's your take about this? I don't worry about the future. Otherwise, you'd be worrying and you never go forward. You'd just be worrying. Oh, blogging, that might stop. I won't do that. I mean, you get even deeper. Power might go off over here. I mean, all our energy companies are starting to go bust. Oh, I better not do anything on the internet, because if the power goes out, then no one will be able to get on the internet. Stop worrying about the future. Blogging will be fine. If it's not fine, have confidence in yourself that you can adjust and you can take a new direction. Maybe YouTube will be dead tomorrow. Maybe affiliate marketing will be dead tomorrow. Just try and have the confidence in yourself that whatever happens, you'll be able to deal with it. You'll be able to change direction. You'll be able to learn something new, and you'll be able to be okay. I should join your list. How do I get on your list, Carl? Google Pixel, very clever phone. As long as golf doesn't die, you'll be fine. So how do I sign up for Carl's list? Let's all do this now. CarlBroadbent.com. What a great domain name you got, Carl. I can't believe there was no other Carl Broadbents that registered the domain before you. I got it. Subscribe to my mailing list. That's what we want. Name Alex Eagle at WP Eagle. I want to win. What can we win? Well, I hope I win. Johnny9. How are you, friend? So, another little thing that I'm working on. You know, we did some things with low fruits. I'm going to be doing a full tutorial on low fruits. Also, been speaking to the new owner of Best Roofbox, who's been sending me regular updates, and it's been, I think, 3 months now since I sold it. And he said he's cool with me doing an update video. So I'm going to do an update video real soon on how bestroofbox.com is doing since it went to a new home, a new family. But yeah, with regards to low fruits, I've added 10 bits of content to Best Corn Popper based on low fruits keyword research. I've added them to the rank tracker in here. I mean, they were only published maybe a week ago. When did we publish them? I don't know. About a week ago, I think so, wasn't it? And interestingly, 2 of them are already indexed. We've got one at position 24, one at position 30. Does popcorn make you fat? Position 30. The rest aren't doing anything just yet, but we'll wait and see. I mean, we all want to know, does popcorn make you fart? I think that's a big question that I hope we've answered. Does popcorn make you fart? I don't know. There is some big sites to compete here, like BBC. I don't know. I can't see Best Corn Popper just yet. You'll be fine. How long are you going to be, Carl? Is popcorn a good low fat, low carb food? That is a good one. We'll do that. Okay. Well, I'm just waiting for our guests. They should be here any minute. So it's going to be fun. In the meantime, how are your sites doing? Really pleased with the way that Best Corn Popper's going. By the way, there's a big update coming soon to Popcorn Theme. Phil has been busy working on it. Lots of new things coming, so that's exciting too. Can pets eat popcorn? I don't want to get in the pet niche. That's just Carl's area, isn't it? Kettle corn versus popcorn. Let's see. See, this says it's easy. See if we moved up. Oh, hang on, here's Mark. Oh, I gave away the name of my secret guest. Let me just put this in so I can talk to him. Mark? Oh, hang on. Bear me a second. I'm going to try and bring my guest in because I can't hear him or anything. So let's just chuck him in at the deep end by bringing him live on the stream. Here we go. Mark, can you hear me? Mark?
I can hear you. How you doing, Mr. Cooper?
Good.
Can you hear me?
You're live on Channel 4. Please do not swear.
No
Remember that? Big
I'll try
Brother
not to.
reference there. Good. Well, thanks. I was going to talk to you in the green room, but I couldn't get that working. So I've just chucked you straight onto the live stream. Welcome, it's Mark from Niche Website Builders. I kind of kept your identity secret as a bit of, intrigue and anticipation. So, Mark, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Yeah, everyone here is getting over the cold that's going round.
Oh, the lurgy. It's not COVID though, is it?
No, not COVID, but everyone's getting over that this week, so that's been fun.
That's the thing every
Adam's been on
time.
holiday in Cyprus for.
Oh yeah, I saw
a
the
week,
pictures on
so-
Facebook. Looked like he's having a good time.
Yeah, I think so. So been holding the fort.
A very brave person to go abroad. I mean, how much paperwork did he have to do to get to Cyprus? How many tests?
I have no idea actually. I don't think it was too bad. He was planning to go somewhere else, but that didn't happen because he couldn't because of COVID, and then but this last minute, so
Right.
had some summer sun.
Carl says your sound's very low. I've just turned you up a little bit. Let me know if that's all right, everyone. What else did I want to ask you? Oh, how was Brighton SEO? I saw you were down in Brighton for the SEO conference. What did you learn? Anything that you can share with us?
It was very good.
Or were you just drunk the entire time?
We learned how to do a lot of drinking. Yeah, we met. So I mean, honestly, went to one talk, which was about link building, and there was a number of different things like digital PR and stuff like that. But mostly, that kind of event is like, for me, it's about meeting people and talking to people, making connections, which is we did a lot of. We've done some work with Mad Singers, if you know him. Like we've done some management consultancy with him for our team, and he was there. We caught up with him and kind of hung around with a few other people there, and he found some customers too that just happened to be there too. So yeah, spoke to them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
so you made some new contacts, and it looked like was it well attended, even despite COVID and all the rest of it?
Oh yeah, I mean, like a lot of these things now, when you go out, it kind of is a bit scary because it feels like. Well, for me actually, I don't know about you, but I've sort of got back to normality quite quickly when I end up going to somewhere like an event like that. It's packed, but I kind of forget about COVID for that kind of period of time.
Yeah,
I find it very easy to slip back into like I've kind of forgotten it all happened. But
probably for the best. So there was no mask wearing or any of that stuff.
There was no mask wearing, but they did require that you had a test before you kind of went. It's one of those, I can't even remember what it's called now. It's like one of those self tests. It takes 10 minutes to do.
Do we have to stick up your nose?
Yeah. So you have to prove you've done that. Show your text or your email, and that's it.
And you're in. Okay, perfect.
I love Brighton. Though. I went to uni there, and I love Brighton. I feel like it's my home, even though I only
second home, even though you're normally up north, aren't you?
Well, not quite. Reading, that's not too far up north.
Well, it is up north to, it's down south to me, Reading, okay. For some reason I thought you were further north than that. Okay, Reading, so that's not too bad for Brighton. I love Brighton. I haven't been to Brighton for ages. It's actually fairly easy for me to get to Brighton from Bedford, as the train line is the Bedford to Brighton train line. If you get on a train at Brighton and forget to get off, you'll end up in Bedford, which would be very unfortunate. And vice versa.
It's good. It's fast train to London, isn't it? And so they call it like Little London or something. It's just as expensive. When I was there as a student, my student grant didn't even cover the rent for like the house, so I had to work to get enough money to cover the rent and then live. It's quite expensive.
It is expensive. A lot of the Londoners, they all used to, when I used to work in London, a lot of people used to just pile down there on a Friday evening and just go down there for beers or whatever. Stay over, I don't know. But yeah, it's a great city. Is it a city? Is it a town?
It is, yeah. It's a city.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. So everyone's been asking me, especially Phil, what on earth is Tomb Raider SEO? He Googled it and then all he found was my video, this video that we're on right now. So, So, it's not a term that people are particularly familiar with, but it did enable me to get creative on the video thumbnail. What is it? I believe you've had some success with it on a site that you've quite a young site. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so we call it Tomb Raiding SEO. So if you search Tomb Raiding SEO, you might.
I got it wrong. I was thinking of Lara Croft.
Yeah, and we kind of avoided that on purpose because of Lara Croft and any copyright issues. But Tomb Raiding has been around before Tomb Raider, so I think we figured that would be okay. But Yeah, so I mean, we need to write something on our site about it. We've done something for niche pursuits, which you probably find the blog there if you did Google that. But essentially, it's something it's a name we invented because it's a way that we do keyword research for established sites or for sites that have got some authority already.
Okay.
And there's a number of steps to explain it, as I'll do now and explain it. But there's kind of a few steps to it, and to try and explain that every time to somebody is just a bit of a pain. So if we thought if we could just come up with a name or a term, then we just say, it's Tomb Raiding SEO. People go, oh yeah, right, okay, I get it. Like I know. So, so the way it works, I'll tell you, if I tell you what it is first, and then I'll tell you kind of what I've done with our site. So we've been working this strategy for probably even since the end of last year. But it takes a while to see results and kind of show results. So we haven't really spoken about it, and we certainly haven't given it a name or anything. But we've been selling age domains on our site for some time, as you're aware.
I know that you like to build sites with generally age domains rather than a fresh registration.
Yeah, because generally it just gives you like you get to earning money quicker, you get to getting traffic quicker, and it's a really cheap way of essentially buying links, because you'll buy a domain for $1,000, $2,000, and you'll have maybe 150, 200 referring domains, which will cost you a lot more in time or money. Should you try and get that later with a fresh domain. But
just quickly on that, I heard that Google was kind of clamping down a little bit on this, or maybe was I thinking of expired domains?
I haven't heard that. I mean, I think it's really hard for them to clamp down on, because people move domains, kind of change domains all the time, like real.
Yeah, and they launch new websites and things, don't they? Yeah. Websites change.
So I think it's hard for it to become a thing that's clamped down on. I mean, I think, I mean, maybe they could do something longer term with domains that have kind of just been sat for a while and not actually been doing anything. But at least for now, like we're finding that they work, great, and I can't. And it's been the same for a while.
So you buy domains that have had a site on them and have a site on them when you buy them, but maybe it's just is it like a holding page or what's on there?
Yeah, so it's a mix really. So we generally pick them up at auction. So sometimes they're at auction and they've very recently had a site on them, or maybe they're a few years old and they've just been sitting in someone's GoDaddy account for a while and not really been doing anything. They used to have a site that used to exist, doesn't exist anymore. I mean, what we do find, and it's not always absolutely guaranteed, but those sites that are more recently had been indexed by Google and had a site on it, tend to pick up more quickly. But then at the same time, we have had sites that have been dormant, or domains that have been dormant for years, and then we resurrect them, and they're great again. They work really quickly as well. So there are exceptions to the rule, but like in general, you're just going to get kind of better results like with an expired domain. And I mean, just to go onto a side point as well on that is that we do a lot of due diligence kind of on our age domain, so we have a really high success rate. But if for some reason an age domain doesn't work, what you've got to consider is that that's not like all of your investment lost. If you've built on an age domain and you invested in an age domain and then you buy a load of content and you put it on the site, all of that investment is not something that's lost forever. You've still got the domain that still has some value. You can still re-auction it and get your money back, or some of your money back or something. And then that content still has value as long as you haven't outsourced and got a really badly written, like non-native English kind of content. Then that content still has value. That niche, as long as you've done your keyword research right and it's a good niche, then that's still valid. So you've still got this body of content that you can either go and stick on another age domain or on a fresh domain if you want to. Like all of that is still kind of reusable.
Yeah, you can. It's not all lost. Well, Carl's in the chat right now. He's doing a new case study using an age domain, so I'm following that. That's going to be interesting. You should definitely take a look at that. I put up a video today actually on trying to answer the question: how long does it take to earn money from an Amazon affiliate website? Or we could kind of rephrase that as an affiliate website. In your experience, how long, once you've got a new site up and running, whether it be on an age domain or a fresh domain, in your experience, how long does it take to start earning some money?
So if it's a fresh domain, quite a long time generally. So, I mean, if it's a brand new domain, like like we've seen sites that just don't seem to be doing anything for like up to like 12 months. They can be
Wow.
sitting for
Okay.
a long period of time now. So nine, no, I mean, I think we always used to say 6 months, and that it was the case, but like we plenty of time see sites that are 9 months old before they see anything. I think even Carl actually has seen that with one of his I can't remember what it's called now, but the mega project.
Yeah, the big site. Yeah, I think that has been slow to get going, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just the case now.
But weirdly, on Best Corn Popper, which was the site that I set up as a demo for our new theme, popcorn theme, yesterday it sold a popcorn machine. The site's 3 months old, so maybe it depends on the niche.
Yeah. I mean, how much
does.
traffic is it getting?
So,
how much traffic is it getting so far?
it's only getting a trickle. I mean, it's hard to kind of split out the traffic between popcorn people and people that are looking just to test out the theme, because I say it's just a demo site for our theme. So when you go to look at the theme, it's the demo link. But it's getting a trickle of traffic. I've been using some new keyword tools to try and get some easy to rank for keywords, and it is ranking fairly quickly. It got a massive domain rank boost from somewhere. It got boosted up to 34 or something in Ahrefs. That could just be because I'm linking to it from my YouTube channel, which I think has a big effect on things. But yeah, okay. So I mean, some sites take a long time, some are fairly quick. There's so many variables in there. In the video that I posted earlier, I did a lot of research. I looked at what other case studies were out there, like Carl's and Chris from Niche Safari. I mean, he set up an Amazon affiliate website, and it just didn't do anything. He just abandoned it. I think after 12 months, it couldn't get any traffic to it, and who knows what that is.
Yeah, I mean, it sometimes happens, and you just don't know. You can never why, but like, if you do things right, I'll say like your investment isn't lost most of the time, and that's just one of the other benefits of like website investing, really. Should we talk about tomb raiding SEO?
Keyword research, tomb raiding SEO. Let's go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, the way that we do this and the way that it works is that this technique only works for domains that have some existing authority. So you can't do it with a brand new site.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. So what we do is we will use a tool called Ahrefs to go and find the competitors for either the age domain that we're talking about or the established site, the existing site that you have that already has some authority. We'll go and dig out all of the competitors that we can till we come up with a big old list of competitors. And then we use a bunch of the industry metrics like domain authority, page authority, trust flow, citation flow, domain rating, URL rating, and we'll get all of the numbers for those for all of the competitors as well as our own site. And we'll add up all of those metrics to get a total at the end. And then we rank those sites by the total, and we see then where we exist within the competitor landscape. Like, where does our site, which sites are kind of more authoritative than us and which are less. And we use a number of different metrics rather than just one, because they often contradict each other, and it just helps us kind of spread it out a little bit to show some kind of, it just reduces the risk of it just kind of being wrong, I guess, and just get. I mean, these metrics are all kind of invented and made up and not all endorsed by Google anyway, but like it kind of gives us kind of some idea. So then what we do is we take a look at where we are in that landscape, and we kind of look at all of the sites that are below us in terms of authority, and we look at what pages they're ranking for, what keywords they're ranking for, what pages are getting traffic, and this is where the raiding part comes in. We'll go and kind of, the assumption being that if they're ranking and they're a lower authority than us, then we should be able to rank for that keyword as well, and that topic as well. And so we go and basically raid all of these sites for their best keywords essentially, and the best pages that are generating traffic. And we might take 20 pages from this site, 25 from this site, 30 from this site, until we build up a list of all of these keywords that we should be able to rank for, given that they're our competition and they're weaker than us. Yeah. Now the idea is that what you'll find is if you do more traditional kind of keyword research, is that most sites you'll kind of look at, you'll find that 80% of the traffic is made up from 20% of the content. So like 80% of the content that you ever write doesn't really do much, doesn't really contribute much to your traffic, doesn't really get anywhere. So what we're finding with the tomb raiding approach is that the people that have a lower authority than us already have already done a lot of that hard work. They've already done a lot of that working out which the best 20% are. So we're taking all of those 20%, all the ones that they're ranking for, and finding that actually we're getting a kind of better hit rate because they've done the research and we've just raided it and stolen it.
So it sounds like a great technique. So when you built your list of these keywords or the articles that they've done that are ranking, do you then look at their content in much detail in terms of how many words they've written, how good it is, that kind of stuff? Maybe they've done a video just to see kind of, because obviously I guess you want to publish something that's better, do you? Or do you just kind of run it for a spinner and post it?
No, we don't do that. I mean, that's a really good question. So what we do is we use correlation SEO in a similar, but rather than using something like Surfer or Market Muse, where we're trying to correlate against like the top 5 or top 10 in the SERPs, which is, comes with risk as well, because, what do you do if, all of those sites that are ranking a higher authority than you kind of just ditch it, right? And that's kind of wasted research that you're kind of doing. And you kind of think we're kind of flipping this on its head. We're going, well, we know this kind of ranks, so we're going to correlate against the best ranking article. So we're not trying to correlate against a group of pages. We're correlating against someone that's kind of almost punching above their weight. So the page structure must be good. They must be doing well. They must be doing something right. They're quite a weak authority compared to us, but they're ranking for it. So we tend to look at the number of words they've got. We tend to add 10 or 20% to that, just so that we can cover more topics. But also we'd like to add some additional content that makes it better, but also quite often, some FAQs. So, we've spoken before about our FAQ content service and kind of how we've seen some good results with that. So we might, not always, but that might be what we do as well. We added some additional content there. So yeah, generally we look at the number of words. We try to add a little bit more just so we can add a little bit more depth, but we try to correlate against the headings and the number of images and all those kind of things as well.
Okay. And you found some success. How quickly do you see results from this kind of approach?
I think that more comes down to like the domain kind of itself again. So like I wouldn't say that these rank any quicker on average than any other piece of content. It's just that the fact is they eventually do rank, whereas
and that they're going to be a good query because someone else is obviously doing reasonably well off it.
Yep.
That sounds like a good approach. We'll do a few questions.
If I talk about my case study,
go on.
That's like 10 months old now, and I'm getting I've got 300 posts on there, and they're about 1,200 each, I think, on average. So there's a mix.
Wow, that's quite a lot of content.
That's quite a lot of content, but it's getting around 250,000 words. 250,000 sessions a month now, so about 8,000 sessions a day.
Wow.
From this technique, and it's all info content at the moment. Kind of no affiliate content or anything like that, and that's why it just happened that in this niche, like the length of the posts weren't that long, so 1,300 was generally enough for the pages to rank. So that's really good. And that's on an H domain, right? But it's only a DR12, so it's not like it's some crazy powerful age domain. It's a weakish age domain. It just happened to fit the niche that I kind of wanted to try and tackle. And
10 months to get to that kind of level of traffic. What does your analytics graph look like over those 10 months? Is it quite recently kind of shot up, or was it a steady kind of upward trend with that site?
Yeah, I need to look for sure, but I think for 4, even with the age domain, right? So for 4 or 5 months, it was going up, but not every month I could see consistently it getting better, up to maybe like 10,000 sessions or something like that, and then you kind of got the hockey stick effect.
That's what everyone wants.
Raced up.
Couple of questions anyway. Phil Taylor asks, "What's the niche?" I'm not sure Mark's going to share that with you. He likes to keep those things close to his chest. Johnny 9 says, "Wow, how much does 200k sessions make?" Now, I'd imagine you've monetized with the Zoic, have you?
I have monetized with the Zoic. It's a really good question, actually, and this. I mean, I definitely need to spend some more time on monetizing it in other ways, but at the moment, it's just a Zoic, and this niche isn't particularly product heavy. So there's not many niches that you could kind of think of that would potentially go with this. So ad revenue is not, at the moment at least, not as good as you'd hope. But then at the same time, it's only been on the site for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. So
Okay.
like it's still kind of learning. So some days I get like $100 days, and then other days I get $50, $60 days. So at the moment, it's looking like it's going to be averaging out about $2,000 a day. Sorry, $2,000 a month.
A month.
which
Oh, okay.
which isn't huge for 250,000 words, 250,000 sessions. Sorry, but I'm hoping that's going to creep up over time and
Yeah.
add some other
I'm sure it will.
monetization streams to it.
Because I guess the niche has a big effect on the ad revenue, the CPMs and all that stuff. But then again, a lot of the ads that are shown to people nowadays, I find they're not always related to the website you're looking at. They're more related to the person that's looking at the website. So, whatever
Yes.
I've been looking at during the day, if I've been looking at niche website builders, then if you're running ads, then I'll generally see an ad for niche website builders, even if I'm looking at a website about fishing.
Yep.
So I don't know how much effect the niche does have. And in terms of your ad placements, have you let Ezoic kind of plaster ads over the entire site, or have you been a little bit more conservative with your ad placements?
I just let Ozoic deal with it and sort it out for me. So whether it's plastered or not, I don't know. Like it's for me, any site with ads looks like it's got a lot plastered over there.
Looks
so
like
unless
it's a
you're really
dog's dinner, yeah.
conservative, but
There you go. Mr. Unrealness, this is a slightly unrelated question, but it's also related to keyword research. He's obviously got a brand new site. What are the best keywords to try and rank for with a brand new site in terms of competition?
So with 10 or lower DA. So like, I mean, ultimately you're kind of we're all looking for the low competition, high traffic keywords.
Yeah.
Right? That's the things that we're kind of looking for. But if that essentially what Tomb Raiding approach is competitive research, right? So if competitive research to some extent, as we've kind of always known it. So I would suggest if he's got a DR of 10 already, he probably has some weaker competitors that he can kind of get started with.
Yeah.
And if you dig into that, into those, you might be able to find actually topic areas that are actually underserved as well. So you might find a few keywords and then kind of start. Okay, that might actually be a starting point for some deeper keyword research into specific topics. So I would probably go and look.
You basically just want to do some. If you haven't got any tools like Ahrefs or anything like that, you can just use Google. Start putting some keywords in, see what results are coming up. Are they relevant to the search that you put in? Or are they just a little bit broad and not quite answering the question? Is the content any good? Is it really short? Is there something else you can bring to the party? As Mark says, is there another kind of topic that they're missing out on that you can expand and kind of make it a little bit of an authority for yourself? Kieran asks, why did you buy a DA12 age domain? Would it be cheaper and less risky to buy a fresh?
No, absolutely wouldn't. Like it wouldn't be cheaper and less risky. Depends what you call risky. Like we have a checklist of stuff that we do in terms of due diligence for our domains. So, and we're really picky actually, like we're really picky. So, if you think there's domains expiring since we started this stream, there's probably 5,000 domains that have expired.
Yeah.
Right. So and every week we probably find 5 or 6 that we want to bid on, and we probably win 3 of them. So like we're super picky on kind of that they've got a great history, they've got a reputable history, a history for that's genuine, and then we kind of think about, okay, well that's their history. How can we kind of build a niche site on that will this domain work for a niche site effectively? Is there any niche that you kind of think of that would work for that? So that cheaper, I mean, depends what you call cheaper. So I can pick up a domain from Namecheap for $5, right? Or I can pick up an age domain for $1,000. So this, but then, like I said before, it's like, okay, I've got 100 referring domains. How much is 100 referring domains going to cost me in time or money to pick up further down the road? In fact, I think it's like age domains are incredible value for money when you consider it like the authority that they've already got, that they've aged for 2 years. So as well, the other thing you've got to think of is that if I'm going to start on a fresh domain, I'm not going to get traffic or any kind of income from the site for 9 to 12 months. Whereas with an age domain, maybe I do in 2 or 3, I'm already starting to earn money. It's already starting to pay it back. I haven't got there's a 6-month period or 9-month period
Yeah,
where
yeah, where nothing
I could have
happens,
been
yeah.
making money and I'm not making money. So
That's a good point. It's all about
like,
the value that you get. So where do you buy these domains from? Where's the auction
we
site?
haven't like a lot of them come from GoDaddy auctions
Okay.
because they're the biggest provider of that. But we do have like a number of like partnerships that we have with kind of domainers and we use other auctions as well from time to time. So yeah, we got a mix, but a hell of a lot of them come from GoDaddy auctions.
And in fact, I know that you guys sell expired domains as well, or aged domains, I should say.
Yeah, well, we pick them up. We pick them up from the auctions. So we do our due diligence on them, find the golden nuggets, if you like, the ones that we think will make really good sites and that are worth investing in. So we then pick them up and then we kind of resell them on our site as part of a package. So we include content, the site build, and the age domain all within kind of one package.
Well, so now might be a good time just to say that this week, Mark and the guys at Niche Website Builders have offered me some great pricing and also some kind of extras. They kind of boosted their usual packages. The link is in the description. It's basically wpeagle.com/NWB. No, N, it's down there. Niche Website Builders. I've made it an acronym, I can't remember. Click on the link and all you got to do is pop your email address in and then you'll get access to some amazing coupons. I mean, not only do they sell ready-made sites on age domains that are, ready to go, as Mark says, with content, the site's been built. Literally, you just got to, carry on, take it under your wing and add your own content as you go forward. But they've also got link building packs, which I'm running at the moment on Wheel Along. They've got their skyscraper link building service, which I tested out on Best Roofbox. I don't know if you remember, they created free fantastic articles for the site. And also built a whole load of links, and where that site ended up. It was, earning tons of money, but before I sold it. So do go check them out. A friend of the channel, Sean, he's very picky in terms of where he buys links and stuff from, but he has given his seal of approval to Mark and Adam at Niche Website Builder. So do go check them out. Link is in the description. It's an affiliate link. Thank you very much if you use it. Phil, the magician, says that you were going to answer when I asked you what the niche was around. I should ask you again. Were you going to?
No, I wasn't. I was going to answer. I'm not telling you. I generally don't kind of reveal them because, but essentially, it's more of an info-based. It's just info-based content. I'll tell you what I've been building lately. I've been building more info-based sites because I want to. Instead of kind of going around this kind of flipping kind of thing, I want to carry on building and flipping sites, but I also want to just get a foundation of income from sites that I want to keep for years and years and years to come.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing a lot of is building more kind of what I call dictionaries. So dictionary of terms. So
okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So maybe
it's fairly easy content to create, you'd think.
Yeah, so I can't even think of an example without kind of giving away any of my examples. But
I've just recently picked up a site. It's all around darts, and there's a few terms that people use in darts that people search for, like what on earth is an ocky?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
A double top and a bullseye. These kind of words that people use in darts. So you could have a dictionary on those kind of things, I guess.
Yeah, it could be on food, some sort of food terms, like in terms of like a paleo diet or something like that.
Okay.
But then essentially people could there's a big search bar at the top. People could just search for the Oki or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they can just click O because they've got it's got A to Z along it. They can click O. They can go into Oki and look at all of the O's in that space. So I'm kind of doing a lot more of that kind of stuff where it's just trying to, dictionary of terms and
it's interesting that you're looking for some long-term investments with these websites. Question that we got earlier in the stream from someone, I can't remember your name. I do apologize if you're still on. Basically asking, what's the future of blogging? Is blogging dead? And I know again, Sean, he's been moving some of his money out of his online properties into, the stock market and stuff like that, which I'm sure is a sensible thing to do as well. You shouldn't have all your money in one basket. But you're confident in the future of niche websites?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if without what we're saying is there's no websites, and if that's the case, then the website as well. Then
Yeah. Well, when the
that
power
could be a
goes off,
problem.
then yeah.
But no, of course, like if we're creating a dictionary of terms for specific topics that kind of underserved and that, then why not? Like why I don't
Yeah,
know why
Google's going to
blogging would
serve
be
that
better.
because it's useful, isn't it? It's going to be people are going to
Yeah.
find it. They want it. It's useful information. Leads me on to my other question, though, which seems to be that there seems to be a bit of a trend at the moment away from affiliate marketing, especially Amazon. You still obviously have some affiliate websites, do you?
Yeah.
But are you now more drawn towards sites that you can monetize through ads rather than affiliate?
Yeah, so there's a few things at play like here. So there's the fact that um, uh, affiliate sites, it's really product-based affiliate sites. They're just becoming more and more saturated, so they're becoming more and more difficult to rank for. So you generally
Yeah.
need some authority. Starting with a brand new domain, and you're going to try and get into a lot of affiliate sites. It's going to be quite challenging. Not always. Like there are spaces, of course, and generally with most niches, there is still an angle that you can take. It's just a bit harder work. And so we've got that situation going on. So where it's harder to rank, and then we've got a situation where Amazon being the most popular kind of affiliate, which is still the best for a lot of people, even though they've lowered their commission rates because they're the masters of conversion and everything else that comes with them. But I can't remember where I was going with that. But yeah, and obviously the commission rates are going down. But on the flip side, ad networks and what they pay has been going up over time. So you've kind of got this thing where historically people would go affiliate first, and ads would be an afterthought because it was AdSense and it was crap. And then over time, like ad networks are kind of coming to, and you can actually earn a decent income from ads. The other thing is that if you're creating informational content, is that it's much easier to rank. So for this site that I've just talked about, way easier to rank than for product-based, review-based, affiliate-based kind of content. So we always, at Niche Website Builders, we kind of always recommend our clients that are starting a new site with us to just get some traction first. We'll work with informational content. We'll start getting some traffic. You start earning some income. That's going to supplement your growth rather than working hard for a long period of time without getting any decent revenue, which means you're still putting new money in all the time. Because that's one of the best things about this world is that eventually the site starts paying for itself to get bigger. You don't have to put any new money in, and you want to get to that point as soon as you can. So you start off, once you've start getting some traction, then you can start drip feeding in some affiliate offers,
some more product-based content.
Like
yeah. So I mean, so the days of like the sites that I still create and somehow seem to achieve relative success. Well, I'm very product focused. The niche is based on a product. Those days are probably numbered a little bit, maybe. I mean, affiliate marketing is not going to go away, is it? I mean, with the new kind of privacy stuff that's coming in, especially with Apple, and maybe the death of cookies, could that be the kind of final nail in the coffin for affiliate marketing, do you think?
I think that's a bigger problem almost for ads than the affiliate side.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose, especially with all the remarketing ads and stuff and the tracking that they need to function.
Yeah, like you were just saying, it's not so much but the site I'm going to that the people are following me around with cookies, basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know that Zoic and other ad networks are kind of all working on alternatives and other solutions for that. So I don't think that's ever going to be. We're still going to be able to personalize ads to a certain extent. I would imagine.
And it's in Google's interest, isn't it? Really, I mean, they're a massive advertising company, but they're the ones that have said that they want to get rid of the cookie. But at the end of the day, they've got the browser, I suppose, haven't they?
Yeah, and they'll probably have something proprietary that we'll have to all buy into to be able to be as effective as we were before, maybe. But
a lot of these guys like Facebook and Google, we're often signed into them anyway, aren't we? So that they can track us without a cookie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're all logged in.
Anyway, let's a couple more questions. Justine, in my niche there are only 3 competitors. One is huge and unbeatable. One's midway and the other is 2 years old and up and coming. With my new site, I'm going for the long tails. Any further advice?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to start with the lowest hanging fruit. So I would definitely go for that. A common mistake can be that, in the early days, people go for stuff that's just way beyond what their site will be able to achieve with a brand new site going for stuff that's too competitive. So, it can be very disheartening then because you're never going to rank for that stuff.
Yeah.
But and it really depends on the overall size of the niche, right? So there's 3 people in it. Is it a big niche or is it a small niche? Like if you get second, or if that massive one is always number 1, like what's the traffic going to be like from position 2 and position 3? Is that still good? And what another common thing that you hear people do is that they're always trying to find the golden niche that no one else is serving, right? That no one else has thought of, which is generally a bad idea, because if nobody's written about it or ranking for it, it probably means it's not a good niche, because no one's managed to make any money out of it. So you want some competition for sure, but you just don't want it to be overwhelming.
Yeah, and there must be some angles that you can take that the other guys have ignored or missed or whatever. As Mark was saying earlier, maybe there's an area within the niche that you can open up a little bit more than they have. Carl asks, if you're buying an aged domain, why go for a DA12? Why not try and get a stronger one?
Normally I would, and normally I do. Normally the way that we buy, normally the way that I start sites or we build sites or even recommend for our clients is that don't pick a niche first. Wait for we're just finding good domains all the time. We find a good domain and go, and that dictates the site that we're going to build and the niche we're going to build. And we might have a 30 or 40 or whatever and go, right, we're going to go with this. However, I wanted to go into this niche specifically. I identified this niche. I really wanted to work on it. And I had a look about what domains were out there. And this was the only domain that would fit. So I was either going to go fresh or with this one domain.
And this one's better than fresh.
I would pick that any day of the week. So this domain, like a lot of, when you're thinking about age domains as well, there's other things that you've got to take into effect. Authority isn't just about the DR score. So this domain that I got was a failed Kickstarter project on this topic that has loads and loads of news links, like high authority news links to it, with where the article that they're linking from is very topical to the niche that I was going into.
Okay, so that's valuable.
There might only be a DR4, but they had DR12, but it had BBC and I can't remember who exactly, but huge sites,
huge authority sites, and you can't really get them links very easily if you want them, can you? Not without a lot of work. A
lot of our sites, and even a lot of our age domains, not all of them. Some of them are just very. Have got a lot of top niche relevant links that we work with, but then you'll find a lot of the domains that we sell as well also have, for some reason, have become newsworthy over time, and they've got like a bunch of news links as well, and that's great if we can get the both.
Perfect. So Johnny asks regarding Tomb Raiding, not Tomb Raider. You've actually mentioned the process and what it's all about. It's basically identifying sites that are ranking for keywords within your niche, and then going for the ones that are a lower authority than yourself, and then basically looking at their content and adding it to your site in a better way. But is it a service that you're selling? If someone doesn't want to do all that stuff themselves, is that something you can do for them?
Yeah, so I think she was it. I can't remember if it was he or she now.
Johnny 9.
Yeah, so Johnny 9. So I think he's asking. So if he could do the research himself more specifically, like it is totally a research. Like I kind of gave the instructions there. I'm going to write a blog at some point in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, which kind of details.
But it's like all of your methodologies. It's quite a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it is. It takes us quite a lot of time and to put all that research together. So yes, you can buy it as a service. You can't buy it individually as a service. It comes with our content packs. You can't buy Tomb Raiding SEO keyword research on its own. And as I say, I'll only work with established sites. We won't work with brand new sites because there is no weaker competitors. But we have 3 or 4 like different keyword research techniques that we use for different reasons. So it might be about the niche, it might be about the strategy or the approach the client wants to take. We'll use different approaches and sometimes a combination of several. But we're using Tomb Raiding SEO a lot because we're seeing really good results from it.
Perfect. Good morning, R7. Hope you're well.
Morning.
Bradbury says, delving into those expired domains gets dangerous, so easy and tempting to buy things. Would you say that's the case? Have you bought domains that you've never got around to working on?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And it can be. And you just you don't want to take on too many projects. Like I'm not too bad. Adam's worse for me, I think. Adam picks them up all the time and then they go dormant. He's got a ton
of domains, I bet he has. That's why I guess you sell some on for in the business.
And some that were originally his, we kind of buy back off him, and then we sell them on the site. So, because he's got too many to work on, so that happens as well. But yeah.
Carl says the GoDaddy auction is mind blowing with the number available and some of the prices. Yep. Sue, oh hello Phil, good to see you. Sue asks, what tools do you use to research the age domains? I think you mentioned Ahrefs. Is that the main tool you're using?
Yeah. So first of all, it's worth so the tools that we use are Ahrefs, SEMrush. So we use Ahrefs for what do we use Ahrefs for? So let me start from the beginning. So we use Wayback Machine initially to kind of look at the history, and we go and check through every single year, multiple points in that year, to check what the site was in the past. Check that it wasn't used for nefarious stuff. Check it hasn't got like maybe kind of a lot get bought and then they use to convert it to language. You might have a load of Chinese language or things like that, and they've been used for non-niche stuff which might have confused what the niche was about in the first place. Then we use Ahrefs to check kind of the authority. We check the anchors to make sure that the anchors are natural and look normal as well, and there's no dodgy looking anchors in there as well. We check the backlink profile in Ahrefs, and we need to check something else, and I can't. When I'm in the tool, I just do it, and I just don't even think about it. And I do it. In SEMrush, we use that to again do some of the same checks, but we also it's got some good categorization in there of like what it thinks the backlink profile is about, like in terms of like the niches. So you can go in there and check. Okay, from its backlinks profile, it thinks it's about darts. So like that's good. It thinks it's about darts. We don't use that stringently, but like it's kind of another thing to do. We also use another tool called Website SEO Checker. I think it's websiteseochecker.com, which is a paid and a free, but the free tool's fine if you're just doing one domain at a time. But you go in there and it will kind of tell you all of those metrics that you normally need a subscription for. So trust flow, citation flow, you normally need a Majestic subscription for, but it'll tell you those because it uses the API. Things like domain authority, page authority, it'll tell you the Moz scores. It doesn't tell you the Ahrefs scores, but it does those. And then the other thing that we look at is we check the domain for trademarks. So we'll go and check, does the domain itself have a trademark? Does the name have a trademark?
Good.
And are we going to be able to pick that up? Yeah, for sure.
One of my very first affiliate websites that I set up when I was kind of wet behind the ears, I registered the domain name 101bestwordpressthemes.com. And it did fantastically well. I basically did loads of content like the best WordPress themes for a band website and the best WordPress themes for a photography website. Of course, you should never use those kind of themes nowadays because you should just have a general theme. But I then paid some guy on, I think it was the Warrior Forum, to do some SEO. I don't know what he did. I guess he had a PBN or whatever, but he got the site ranking #1 for the term WordPress themes. And the commissions from Theme Forest and other places was fantastic. But then I got this email from Automatic, the owners of WordPress, saying, yeah, you can't use WordPress in your domain name. And that was the end of that site. So, really. But there was also a Google update at a similar time, which killed it off. The guy from Warrior Forum, his SEO service stopped working. Don't know what he was doing, but it was very effective. Kieran asks, have you ever 301'd an age domain to another site?
Yes.
Any tips?
Yeah. So some tips would be, we do this. Generally, we try to, so the tips would be, one is you need to think about the anchor text. So don't 301 like the homepage of one site into the homepage of another site. Create a separate site to say that you've acquired this site and 301 those homepages to that page. Because what you can do is you can end up messing up like the anchor text, and you can kind of see this in advance before you do it. Because say you've got a brand which is alexsdarts.com, and a lot of the anchors are Alex's Darts, but then you bring in marksdarts.com, and it's got way more anchors that are Mark's Darts, then you kind of get this convoluted kind of mixture of kind of the brands.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
want to mix that up. The other thing I would suggest that you need to do is you take a look in a tool like Ahrefs, so you can see which pages have already got a bunch of links to them. So the way that we often kind of think about it changes a little bit from time to time. But if we've got any pages that have got more than 2 links, then we tend to try and think about recreating that page that used to exist before. And that doesn't necessarily mean copying from Wayback Machine word for word exactly what it is, but maybe rewriting that page and recreating it on the new site because it's had a lot of links previously. We want to kind of trying to capture that. For any links that are above 0 but below 2, we generally look to redirect that page to either another sensible page on the site or to a relevant category page on that site. And then all the other ones that haven't got any links to them, you can kind of just 301 them to the home page. Or other pages if you want to, but that's fine to do as well.
That makes sense. So this kind of follows on from Carl. So would you buy an aged domain just to redirect to an existing site? You've got a site you think it needs a bit of a boost. Would you go and pick up a domain that's got a load of links and then just redirect it through to your existing site? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we do that, and we've seen astronomical success in that with some clients that we've used. I've done it before and seen good results, but I think you just want to be careful. And if you're gonna 301 an aged domain in there, make it worth it. Don't just pick up a DR2 and then put that in there, because that's I feel like that's one wasted slot. You don't want to go ahead and just put 30, 40, 50 aged domains in there as no,
because that would look a little bit sussy. Yeah,
you just want it to look kind of natural. So I tend to kind of start thinking about stopping at 3 or 4. Of course, massive corporates do have loads of domains here, but they're massive corporates. They can kind of get away with it. But when you're a smaller site with a minimal amount of traffic, just don't go overboard. So if you're going to 301 something in or a few in, just make it worth your while.
Okay, let's scroll through as quickly as I can. I think we're a little bit behind the chat. Phil says all sites should have a glossary. Hardly any do. That's a very good point in terms of terms and dictionaries. Hi, SearchNet. Carl thinks in the future content will change. I think it'll be more video, more image, and user interaction based, even 3D content. Wow, we're getting into the.
Well, depends how far you're going in the future, Carl. But I guess at some point in the future, there's going to be no screens, and we can have all this stuff wired into our brains. But
that's a step too far. I think
websites are okay for now.
For the next few years. Craig says, "Can you guys work on a site for me? I've hit a dead end with it." That sounds very appealing, Craig.
No, of course, we'll take a look at it. So, Craig,
yeah, might be able to help. Link to Mark's services in the description. It would seem to make sense that this is from Bradbury to look at information first and then look into other possible streams like affiliation, e-products, guides, and courses, etc. Yeah, for sure. And often within information content, there is opportunities for the odd affiliate link and things, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, for sure there is, and every site that I kind of buy, I think about what the business will be longer term, 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years down the road, and that could be that maybe it's going to run a course, or maybe I'm going to build a community. But once the site that I've got now that's getting 250,000 visitors, I've kind of just got a simple pop up at the top of the screen which says sign up to our Facebook group. I'm not doing anything on there at the moment, but I'm collecting people. I've got a few hundred people in a Facebook group I can tap into at some point, and that's just growing. I like to do this for a lot of niches actually. That they just start building a little, because that kind of protects you somewhat as well. But then when you sign people up to a Facebook group, you can ask them a few questions. And generally, I send to them if you'd like to receive some information about this topic via email
address.
Email address. And the bad thing about that is generally you have to copy and paste from the thing into your email marketing tool. But there's a really cool tool. This is a good tip called a Chrome add-in called Group Leads. And that just basically does an overlay over the top of Facebook, the approval page. So when you approve a page, it just scans all of the answers, or approve a person, it scans all of the answers for email addresses. If it finds one, it goes and puts it in your email marketing tool. So you haven't got to do that manually anymore.
Saves a bit of copying and pasting, yeah. Perfect.
So I'm building a mailing list and a community just by having.
I think that's the key, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people start their affiliate sites or their information sites and they get traffic, and that traffic they never know who that traffic is. It comes and it then looks at the content, it clicks off to Amazon, or it just bounces off, or it clicks on an ad, and then there's no way of building a relationship with that traffic. And for a long-term sustainable business, they always say the money's in the list, and I think that's still true. You've got to figure out how you can kind of get the details of your traffic, the email address, so that you can keep in touch with them. In fact, we had a question earlier regarding using paid traffic to a niche site. Have you ever used paid traffic? I mean, my answer always is that you need to have something in place where you can collect those email addresses, maybe drive paid traffic to one of your landing pages or something where you can offer something to collect an email address, and then you can build a relationship. But have you ever used paid traffic on one of your sites?
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, the all the people that I know that have tried it have said it's not a return on investment. It just costs too much for the ad costs to then to
Make it
get
viable.
So
Yeah.
I think possibly if it could work if you're an affiliate for yachts or something, I suppose, where
Very
one
high
sale
ticket stuff. Yeah,
nets
yeah.
you.
But for Amazon or anything, it's never going to work. No.
No, so I would avoid paid, but stop
Kieran-
building a community.
Yeah, that's the key. 100% agree, says Kieran, that content sites are a good direction. I dread the day I wake up and Amazon have cut commission or banned my account. I'm trying to pivot to... I need a little sound effect for pivot. It always reminds me of that Friends episode where they're trying to move that sofa. Have you seen that one? And Ross keeps shouting pivot continuously. What about if the long tail keywords are still competitive but the articles are around 600 to 800 words? Can I still beat it? Well, there's a good chance if there's some more information that needs to be written. Can you expand? But, if the long tail keyword is something very specific and can only be answered in a very specific way, then maybe not. And you've got to keep in mind that Google nowadays is looking for concise, accurate, useful information, and word count is becoming less of a thing, I think. Jack says, would you focus on your first 10 articles or should you just get to 15 to 20 average articles on site and then start writing the better quality ones? So that's the question about quantity over quality. What's your thoughts on that?
Quality, always quality.
Yeah.
And don't even think about it. Like you're going to regret it, and like you're never going to get it. Yeah, like Google's getting better and better. If there's something that Google is caught up on and getting better and better at is identifying well-structured, well-written sentences that kind of make sense. Like
and are useful and answer the question and all the rest of it. Yeah, aren't full of fluff.
Don't skimp on that stuff. Like marketers have been talking about quality content for a long time, and like it really is here now, and it really is true. Like don't go for you only get caught up one day, and if you're not getting caught now, like they'll catch up with you at some point. So I think about it for the long term. Always quality content.
Yeah. Soparariwala. I'm never going to be able to pronounce your name. I do apologise. Question for Mars. He hasn't pronounced your name there, so that's fine. I guess we're even. Where and how to start link building for a new site? Probably just head over to Niche Website Builders. The link's in the description. Buy one of their link packs and the job's done. But if maybe you haven't got money to spend, what would you do?
Yeah, take a look at the shotgun skyscraper technique that kind of we use. That's the Authority Hacker the skyscraper technique was originally Brian Dean, and then Authority Hacker tweaked it and made it scalable for shotgun skyscraper. Kind of take a look at that and kind of start doing kind of some manual outreach. I mean, it's
a lot of work.
It's crazy time consuming. It really is. We've got the kind of processes kind of down and nailed. But that's to get genuine niche relevant links. You're going to need to do that kind of stuff. You can buy citations and things like that. But that's going to get you so far. That might help with your brand name a little bit, but it's not going to do a lot. None of this kind of forum or comment posting. Don't worry about
answering questions on core or any of that stuff. You don't think that's worth it?
I think it can be, but that you get a lot of referral traffic from that kind of stuff more than I think it's the value of the link
juice. Yeah.
Quora.
Link building is hard. It's time consuming, and sometimes nowadays, personally, I outsource my link building because I just haven't got the time, inclination, or patience to do it myself. But in a nutshell, skyscraper link building is where you create a fantastic bit of content. That's going to take some time and effort in itself. You then outreach to sites that you think might be relevant and might be interested in linking to that content. And it's a long old slog. Anyway, Rafi asks, I have an article, or he wrote an article for the best XYZ for under $200 and the best XYZ for under $300. I've combined those keywords into one article. Now I need the under 300 keyword is doing well, ranking top 3, but the under 200 is not ranking well. What should I do now? Personally, there should probably be 2 different articles. What would you say?
I would agree. Yeah, normally you'd put them. So he had them as 2 different articles, and then he
We combine them. Yeah,
combine them. I'd ask why he combined them, but yeah, I would always have that.
There should be two different people that are looking for two different things, so there should probably be two different articles. Oh, Carl's got to go and finish his filming. We'll look out for that. See you later, Carl. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks, Carl.
Johnny asks, we'll only go for another little while. I'm going to do a giveaway at the end. How many likes are we up to? 58. I don't know if we're going to get to 88 because there's not that many viewers. See how we get on. I can still play the twinkle. So Johnny asks, is there any real ways to check penalties for expired domains? Is there like a quick, easy thing so you can just spot the red flags? Or is it a long, laborious due diligence process?
It's difficult until you've acquired the domain. So sometimes you can see, once you've acquired the domain, you can go into Search Console and see if there's any manual penalties in there. But we've got, if you check out our podcast, we've got a podcast on due diligence for expired domains and kind of things you need to go through. Oh, we've also got an ebook on a free ebook on our website, which is literally goes step by step about how we go about doing due diligence for domains, domains. So you can go and check that out too.
Link to the site
it's
in the description.
Resources section. Yeah.
It's wpgold.com/nwb. In fact, I should just put it up on the screen. Let me just get the little text tool. I think. Let me just. Oh, hang on. Here we go. A little bit of text. What? Let me type. Come on. There we go. Little linky there. There we go. Perfect.
I gotta test it.
I hope it works. It's on a 301 redirect. Talking of 301 redirects, does a 301 redirect pass all of the link juice?
Not all of the link juice. No. Well, like this is something we don't really know, right? The answer to. But there's been studies definitely in the past that show that it doesn't pass all of it. It passes a lot. You're probably looking at like 80-90%. It does pass, but it's not all of it. It is what studies have shown in the past.
Okay. Did that link work?
It did. I'm on
Perfect.
I'm going to buy it.
Rafi asks again, how to improve my keywords ranking. So you've got some keywords. They're sitting at the bottom of page 1, positions 6 to 10. What can he do to push them up to the top? Is there anything apart from obviously maybe building some links?
Well, yeah, a couple of things. So one, links will help. We'll push that up. And maybe look at what your competitors have got in terms of links for the same kind of term. Now, are you lacking in links in that respect? Do you need to kind of make up the difference? Also, maybe you just need to think about reworking the content a little bit. So to have a look at what the competitors have got in there. Are you missing any specific areas of topics? Is the structure of their article different? Is it longer? Have they got more images? Like have a look at what they're doing versus what you're doing. Make some tweaks there. I'll do that. I'll do the on page first because that's kind of easier and cheaper. And then if that, then wait a few weeks, see what the results are. And then if that's still not getting you where you need to be, maybe think about getting some links and putting them directly on that page.
Perfect. Right, we'll have one last comment and then we'll let Mark go. I'm sure he's got lots of things to do this afternoon. Or maybe he just wants to go sit in the garden, the sun's out, open a cold one. Whatever, we'll let him go in a minute. But let's just see this from Come Across. According to Matt Diggity, no diggity, no doubt, he says... No rank even, that was the song we did, wasn't it? He says that building backlinks on websites which has the pages like Write For Us and guest posts, if you build backlinks from those websites, Google can give us a penalty. Now I know you've spoke about this in the past and I think you feel the same way. Is that correct, Mark?
Yeah, that's right. So I've almost forgotten the guy's name now, but yes, there's been like some essentially, what we want to make sure is that there is no Write For Us or sponsor us or anything like that on the page. So what that means is that if that's one of the menu items, it's on every page. So just forget that website altogether. Yeah. Now, if there is a Write For Us page on the site, but Write For Us or any of those kind of terms don't exist on the page you're getting the link, then you're probably okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's lots of credible sites, like news sites that do have Write For Us, genuine Write For Us types of pages. It's just that you just want to avoid that text specifically being on the page where you get the link. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there
I
actual any
totally agree with
evidence that these links are bad for you? Because it used to be a kind of a good technique to build links, didn't it? You would search Google for sites that had a Right For Us page within your niche and reach out to them, and they generally come back and say, "Yeah, send us $50 and you can write for us." But is there any kind of hard evidence, case studies that show that these links are bad?
Yeah, you're not going to get a penalty, I don't think. Like penalties are less and less common these days. It's more that link's going to be worthless to you. Like it's going to be devalued so much that you're paying for a link or acquiring a link that actually isn't going to make any difference for you, and you're just going to lower the overall quality of your backlink profile. So I know Matt did some work with. I wish I could remember his name now. Like we've used him like plenty of times to help with people who've got penalties to disavow a bunch of links and stuff. He's been doing that for years and years, where they did some analysis on links that did have Right For Us and things like that on the page and versus not. And that's where they established that actually it's okay to have Right For Us somewhere on the site, just not on the page you've got, because they showed that.
Okay.
But when they got those links, it wasn't moving the needle. They weren't seeing boosts in rankings and stuff like that. So
there has been a few
not always, but
tests
typically yes.
to say that they're not really worth the time and effort and money that's needed to acquire them. Okay, one very last one, and this is going to be the last one because I want to do the giveaway and then I need to go. Study aid says, if you had to pick one technique for link building, what would it be? What's the best technique?
Oh man. So what we do for the way that we position it, because we have our shotgun skyscraper and we have our guest posts and niche edits. So the way that it depends on what you're trying to do. So if it's a newish site where you just want to get the pay the cheapest amount to kind of help improve the authority to the authority of your domain, then shotgun skyscraper is good, because the cost per link is lower than generally buying guest posts on niche edits. And what happens with this service is that you get all of your links come into your skyscraper article, and then we use internal linking to pass the link juice to the money pages on your site. So this is great for just getting a whole bunch of links, especially when you're starting off and trying to raise the authority of your site. Now, if you want to, like the previous question, if you have specific pages that you want to rank on your site, then kind of start looking at kind of getting niche edits or guest posts where you can point the link directly at that article. It's much more laser focused at trying to improve the ranking of a specific keyword or a specific article. So I think guest posts and niche edits have their value. And also the other thing about like niche edits is that niche edits, sometimes they're aged. If you can get a link on a page that already has some links coming in itself, double whammy. Like you've got
valuable.
So there's they both have their own purposes, but that's
so there isn't maybe one best technique. You should probably use a mix of different techniques, depending on what you're looking to do. Okay, so I'm going to let you go. Abby just quickly says, can by having more same relevant articles, my site beat high DA sites. If your content is better and you're more maybe within a certain area of a niche, then possibly. Richard says the session has been great, very informative. So yeah, I'm going to let Mark go. Do check out all of the wonderful services that he offers. I've used a number of them. I'm still in the process of using the link pack one, but yeah, link is just there. It's there. It's wpeagle.com/NWB. There's some discounts, there's some bonuses, there's all sorts of things on that landing page. All you got to do is give Mark your email address. I promise he won't spam you. It'll all be good. So thank you, Mark, for joining me. Have you enjoyed that on a Thursday afternoon?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It feels like it was fast paced, but it was good.
Good. Well, that's how we like to do it. It's we had a lot to get through, and I think some great information. Everyone's saying thank you, good stuff. So do check out the Niche Website Builder YouTube channel as well, by the way. Mark's often on there interviewing lots of interesting people, and also me, but generally interesting and useful people. So do go check those out. I think there's a podcast as well, isn't there?
There is, yep. So if you go to our website, go to the what is it called? The podcast tab, then you've got links to YouTube and to the different podcast subscriptions there.
Do check that out. And the final thing I want to ask you is, are you going to be coming to Affiliate Gathering in May in York, organised by Carl? Yes.
We're going to be exhibiting there. So yeah, we'll be there.
That'd be great. So we'll look forward to catching up with you face to face there. But yeah, I'll let you get on. See you soon, Mark. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Alex. Cheers.
Bye-bye. He's gone. So, I think, because it's been such a fun, exciting, interesting Thursday afternoon stream, which I know is unusual for the Thursday streams, let's get the funky going. If you would like to win some WP Eagle merch, I'm not giving out any more popcorn licenses right now, at the request of Carl and Phil, but I'm still giving out merch like this or this. If you want some of this WP Eagle merch goodness, say something in the chat. You got 30 seconds. Let's get rid of this window. We don't need this. Thank you, Paul. So we get the wheel of names. And then we get all your names. I want mug, says Barris. Wow. I like it when the comments go like that. It makes me feel like a proper streamer. Okay, you got another 10 seconds. Yo! Shirt! Mug! Spam! Okay, here we go. Let's scoop up these names. Hang on, Evan. I don't think you're in here yet. What? I mean, I'm gonna refresh the page first. I need to take this ear pod off as well. It's weird having the music in my ear. Right, I think we're ready now. Let's have a look. I think you're all in here now. I hope you're all in there because we're going for it. All the way down to Zen of Donut. Good to see you, Zen of Donut. You ready? I'm ready. Oh, it's Saeed! Where in the world are you, Saeed? Are you in somewhere that's going to cost me a lot of money to ship something? Are you there, Saeed? I don't know if he's there. Well, if you are there, then hopefully you've seen this. Yes, you are in indeed. Paul, you were missed. That's unfortunate. I don't think Saeed's there, so should we do another one? One more for the road. If you're in, you're in. If you're not in, then I do apologise. What do you mean you're not there, Sue? What are you here? Paul, you're there. Everyone's here now. They're all here. Are they here? It doesn't seem like that many people. Oh well, let's go for it. Oh, Saeed, you are there. Never mind, we're doing a second one anyway. Drop me an email. Let me know what you want. What country are you in? No! What the heck? It's just Saeed, I'm afraid. You only get one prize. Or maybe if I'm sending a package, where are you in the world? Saeed, are you in India or somewhere? If it's going a long way, then maybe I can put a couple of things in your package. Saeed, no worries. Drop me an email, friend, and we'll sort you out. What indeed are the odds of that? I don't know. That's some maths. I'd get yourself a lottery ticket, Saeed. You're obviously a winner. Thank you for joining me. See you later, Bradbury. Shady Wheel indeed. Good to see you all. I enjoyed that. It was good to have a little guest on. Little one, that's not the right word. It's good to have a guest on a Thursday afternoon. Probably next Thursday normal service will resume. We'll do some work on a darts website or an air fresher website, something like that. Where's me? Where's me? This is rigged. You are here. You are here, look, here, in the blue, next to Sue and Richard. You're in between them, Saad. Is it Saad? You're in, but you didn't win. Saeed won twice. Completely fair contest, of course. So that's it. That's it. I'll see you on Tuesday. Check out the video today. Uploaded this morning sometime. How long does it take to rank on an affiliate website? Or sorry, how long does it take to earn money from an affiliate website? I'm going to do an update on Best Roof Box very soon. And yeah, got some other stuff for you coming up real soon. Thanks, Sue, and thanks everyone for joining me. See you next week. Have a good weekend. Good luck with your sites, and enjoy the last bits of summer. Till next time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, moderators. Thanks, Furman. You missed it. You're gonna have to watch it on repeat.